Hi everybody, we are here with Tanya. She is the head of wardrobe for Cirque Varekai, which is over here in Boardwalk Hall until August 24th in Atlantic City. Now we're backstage where all the costumes are made. It looks like I see all the sewing machines. Talk to us about the costumes right in front of us.
The costumes we have in front of us are in one of the acts called the slippery surface, and some of them are also used for cues. The white ones are used for cues and they're called the white now costumes. So they have these leaves on them, which was part of Eco's idea for designing the costumes to make them look a little bit more dangerous and not just the regular body fitting shape.
Right.
These leaves actually take a lot of work, so there's about 80 leaves on each costume.
Wow.
And we have around 23 costumes that we have to steam these leaves, so it's a little bit like gardening a bit. You have to take a lot of care of these costumes. Yeah, behind me we have our fabrics road case, and so if we have anything that we need to repair, which we do quite often, this is the kind of the main case that we go to. So we keep all our spare fabric. We don't actually make any of the costumes here on tour. They're made in Montreal at the headquarters, and then they're sent to us, and we do all the repairs or adjustments or anything that needs to happen specifically for the show. There's a lot of maintenance that goes on. The acrobats they're sliding a lot, they're flipping a lot, so there's always holes and zippers that need replaced. Yeah, I think they do. They spend between an hour and 2 hours doing their makeup, and that's kind of like the first step to getting into character. And then when they're put on their costume, they do their warm-up backstage. And then after that, you see them go onto stage, and they come out through the trees. That's how the show starts. They're coming out through the set, which is like tall bamboo type trees.
Okay.
And you can see them. They're getting into character as they're coming onto stage. It's really quite beautiful to watch. Yeah. My background was in fashion design, but you can get in through theatre design or costume design. There's a lot of ways into it. Well, these costumes were designed by a Japanese designer called Iko Ishioka, and she was a very well-known designer. She made quite a few movies and won Emmys for these movies. She has a strong signature in all her costumes, and if you've seen any of her other work, you'll also recognize that in VAREKAL. But basically the costumes create a lot of the set. They kind of blend into the set, so it's not so much that the artists are wearing the costumes, that the costumes are embodying the artists, and they have to kind of work with that and grow into that and experience being part of a set. It's a very different take on the costumes. That's a very good question. We have artists from sports backgrounds, from circus background, from theatre background. Basically their main concern with the costumes is that they're safe on stage, and then after that they're comfortable, and then after that they look good. So we get all sorts of things for the acrobats, and safety is a big thing. And if it's not comfortable, if there's like a little zip that's itching them, they don't want to be thinking that while they're doing a triple twisting, double something
in the air, right?
Yeah, so that's kind of most of the feedback that we get, and a lot of them do understand what the implication of these costumes with the rest of the show. A lot of the costumes are part of this, like I said, they blend into the set, so a lot of them do understand that.
Wow.
There's a costume, my favorite costume, which is the monk costume. It's a really, really tall purple costume with a big helmet, so you can't really see a face or a body underneath it. The guy's in stilts. It looks quite magical on stage because he kind of moves like a shadow creature. And anyway, when I first learned to dress the show, you have to carry the costume so that it doesn't drag on the floor.
Okay.
And then after he comes off the stage, you pick it up. And so this is very traumatic for me, because picking up the costume, sometimes I would be scared I'd step on the costume, and once I almost did, so you can just imagine him falling back.
Oh no, okay.